So we just got in a new 3D product, and this one is opposite than Play-Doh. It is 3D icing, and I'm absolutely loving this formula, you guys. I'm Tina Vo, and today I am very excited to show you how to use 3D icing. So this is my 3D icing. I'm starting now with two colors. This is white porcelain, and this is mother of pearl. So first I'm gonna explain for you what it is. And for that, I'm gonna take out my white Play-Doh, just so you can compare these two, because I know you're gonna ask what's the difference between Play-Doh and 3D icing. So I'm gonna take out both. This is Play-Doh, like clay, and this is the newest. This is 3D icing. Okay, so let's start with what we're familiar with. Play-Doh is a sculpting gel. Okay, so it's firm, it's solid, and it's like clay. That means that when I take a knife and cut through it, it's just gonna be like that. It doesn't fuse back together, or at least not for a long time. So this type of gels is what I use to make like 3D but texture like this, just because it doesn't blend back together. Now, this one are unique. If you have to put like a definition on it, it's the opposite of Play-Doh. So when I take it out, I want you to notice the textures. It's stretchy, very flexible, almost like a gummy textures. And when it comes to like the smoothness, it is smooth out by itself, and it dry completely solid. Unlike silicone where it dries soft, this one dry completely solid. But if I will take a knife and make a cut in it, eventually it will blend back together, and pretty quick. I say about 5 minutes, it will blend back together into like a nice puddle. So this is cell level, where this is non-cell level. Now, since I take these two out, I'm gonna take out my white silicone too. So silicone is similar with icing. It is flexible, it is cell level. Now, this one are more non-stick than this one. This one, if you're not careful, it can be sticky. But the difference is this one dry, soft, and flexible. So if I were to make like a horn, like a cow or a bull with like a horn sticking out the nail or avant-garde, I will absolutely use silicone, because when it dry, you can bend it, so it cannot be break. Now these two are 3D, but it's solid, completely dry solid. So I just have to take that out just to tell you the difference. But that is the newest one, and it is absolutely fun to work with it. So I'm gonna show you. So when you take out a nail and paint it with a gel polish, then it will be very ideal to put either Play-Doh or 3D icing on top of the surface when it dry, because gel polish have an independent layer, and whenever it's dry, it's slightly sticky. Now, if you would top coat on it, let me go ahead and cure it for 60 seconds. Now, if you would top coat on, then it's going to be no wipe. If you want it to be sticky, to put your 3D material on, you can apply this. It's called sticky gels. So you can apply that on just a little bit to make it sticky enough to put this on, but you don't even need that. This is very flexible, and as I say, it's cell level. So when you put it on a nail surface for about, I would say 10 seconds, it will stick to the surface immediately. But I just want to tell you this, just in case you're curious or need it. Another thing would be brush conditioning cleanser. If a surface that are slippery and you just really want to like drag this gel over the surface, you can take a little conditioner and you can just wet the foundation a little bit, put a bead on, it will stick immediately to it. Because this conditioning cleanser is gel friendly, it's an oil base, but it's gel friendly, which means it can be mixed into gel. So the moment it touch anything that are 3D like this or this, it will melt the surface of it, so it will stick it on. So this is pretty cool too. And I will let you see the mother of pearl. So you have a very pearly texture. Better to see it on top of black. So I'm gonna take it out. Okay. And of course, when you take it out, you can just stick it on the palette just like that. Okay. And remember, if you top coat it, you still can stick it on. It's just if you want it to be really sticky right away, then you can use different material like sticky gels or conditioning cleanser. Now, what I'm gonna do is I am going to make 5 little beads to make some flowers. Okay, 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, and of course completely non-stick. Now the difference about that and the clay dough is that this, you can stretch it out. So it's very flexible, and I will explain the importance of its flexibility for you. It's in the application. Okay. Now, let's put one of these on. So with white clay doughs, what I'm gonna do on the surface is I press in it like this. I press in it and I drag and I tap it lightly, just like this, repeatedly, just for me to be able to control the shape. I'm not going to like drag it because, as you can see here, if I drag it, number one is the whole thing wanna move because it's solid. Clay dough is solid, so it's not stretchy. It's like that. So that's the texture where the icing is really stretchy, and I already show you it doing this. Okay, so that affects the application. As you can see here, if I drag it, most likely the whole thing wanna move, or if I go too thin, then what happens is I may break it because it's clay-like. Now this is different though. So I can press like this, and I want you to watch me. I can drag, and you're not gonna move the whole things because it's stretchy, remember? So this part stay exactly where it did. Well, its body is stretched out, and you can go as thin as possible, paper thin. You cannot break this gel like you do with the clay dough. See how it's break right here? But you have to like try to fuse it together, and you have to be careful if you want it to be really, really thin. And at certain point, it can break. Where this, number one is when you apply, you don't have to tap, 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 tap like you do with the clay dough. You can drag, you can mold, you can be very fluid with it. And as I say, it can go really, really thin. And it's not going to give you any issue. It can go paper thin. And you cannot break this apart. It's very flexible to mold with. So I am going to scoop out this flower. Look at this. And of course, application is way faster than clay dough. It's very flexible. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and cure this and continue to explain. When you want to do something like this, okay? Something that are raised, like see the petal, it's like raised. Then what I do is I take clay dough right here, and I have to scoop it with my hand like this to make a petal. And then I will take this and I will put it on the surface, and it kind of anti-gravity like that. And when I layer it on top of each other, okay, you can see all the details. Now, this icing is different. Number one is I don't just scoop individual petal and then put it on. I can, but that's not what icing is for, because this is cell level. So what I do is I scooped in it straight on the surface, because its specialty is flexibility. So I would prefer to do it right on the surface, where when it comes to Play-Doh, I can tap it on the surface, or I can make individual petal and I can stack it. You don't want to use icing to stack a rose. You want to do something that are abstract, that are smooth. Let me apply one more petal on. This one right here. Okay, and press it in, and you just drag it out. Literally like drawing. With Play-Doh, you do more like sculpting. You have to tap, 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 tap to gain control. With this, you can actually use your silicone tool to draw it out. So drag it out. So like drawing and sculpting at the same time, and look at the thinness and fluidity of it. Isn't that awesome? And then another one on this side. Like that. Very easy to stick. Very fast to do. And you want to do something that are smooth. For number one, smooth. And then number two, nothing concrete. Concrete is like things that have exact structure, because you do need to scoop it like Play-Doh. You scoop it like this until it's come to the exact shape that you want. Everything is micro movement. See, slowly micro movement like this. So if I want to build a character, I will use Play-Doh. But if I want something abstract like this, something cool like this, like if I want to do the entire nail made out of roses and texture, or maybe like some mermaid fantasy going on, anything that are abstract, that is where I find icing. You can even do 3D icing. That's why I call it like that, because it's exactly like icing. Okay, another one. I just love to just... Oh, and actually, I would want to cure this for a little bit, because when I put this on, I'm gonna move like crazy, and I don't want it to affect these petal right here. I want it to be solid. So let's cure for about 2 seconds. I have so much fun with this gel, you guys. And I like Play-Dohs. I use it whenever I need it. But this 3D icing is absolutely my style of art. I love to just take it out and just go with it like this. Oh, I just love doing that. It's just so flexible. Look at that. And then cure this. Okay, and then the last one. Put it right here. Sorry, I'm off frame a little bit. Press it in. And drag it out. Press. You don't have to be shy when it comes to pressing this flower. And I love the mother of pearl. Look at the iridescent, the pearly, like shiny textures. I absolutely love this. And another thing about this is no top coat needed. It dries shiny. It's no wipe. Here this. And since it's icing, we gotta do some icing nails. So I'm gonna take out white porcelain, and I'm gonna scoop out a little bit of this. Okay, put it here, close this. Now, I have a pink and white. I already matte this. So as I say, if you want it to be a little sticky, you can put on sticky gels. Put it out and use a embossed brush. Take it here and then paint along this surface like this. And just a little bit. Okay, and I want to put icing all over the smile line. Cute this. Now, if you put it on your table for a while, then it's gonna start to melt onto the surface. So when you pick it up, see it's a little sticky. So to able to avoid it, and it's not too sticky though, it's just a little bit because it's so level. So if you want to play with it and put it on the surface, you can pick it up right away. It's non-stick when you just pick it up. It's just that if you let it cell level, then it's gonna embed into the surface the same way it did to a nail surface. So you're gonna take out a baking sheet, or this is like a shipping backing for sticker. You can also get like these, any kind of sticker, and its backing is perfect for a material like this. So you can place it on, and that's it, problem solved. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much it's cell level, it cannot adhere to this surface, because this surface doesn't build to be adheres on. And then I'm gonna roll it out. I'm sure you can buy something fancy to put it on, but why doing that when you can get these backing for sticker, or you can just go to the store and buy a bunch of baking sheet for baking. Save you some money. Okay, now I'm gonna get out some bead. And the reason why I rolled it first, let me go ahead and clean this tool. The reason why I roll it out, I just want to make sure that it's even. Now, when you clean with acetone, know that acetone will melt 3D material. So make sure that it's really dry before you go ahead and touch it. And remember, it's stretchy. Okay. That's why it's easy for me to iron it and make sure that my beads are nice and cohesive. It makes me happy whenever it's stretched, because you wouldn't know how hard it is to find a material like this. Clay dough, a material like clay dough are more common, but a material like this are rare. Because usually something that are stretchy like this are very sticky. But as you can see here, I can work with it very well. Okay, I think I might have enough. I just want to do one side just as an example for you. I'm going to play this bead on here like this. And then another bead on here like that. And then another one. And I want to pick out smaller one as I go through it. Because up here I want it to be tiny. So it's complement the shape of the nail. One more tiny one. Maybe this one, but let's break it apart a little more. Yeah, this one is tinier. Yeah, right on here. Okay. Kind of want it to be more circular. Okay. So I have this. And then the next one, I want to do something different, just as an example for you. So I am gonna gather all of this, and I'm gonna roll it out like I did before. And then I'm gonna place it on. But this time, I am gonna go in with a silicone tool and cut it, just to show you multiple ways that you can deal with this. Use a knife, actually. There. Clay-Doh knife is what I call it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. smaller. Okay, 2 more. 1, 2, cut. Okay, so after you cut it out, you can start to use a silicone tool to mold it back in, to just push it. As I say, it's very easy to work with. Push it in and become a circle. Just like that. And if you want to wait, it will start to form into a perfect circle. Like if you wait for about 4 minutes, it will form into a perfect circle. But I'm very high speed. I never really wait for it to cell level. I just go ahead and take care of it right away so I can continue. Now, whenever it's smooth out like this, we are going to take out this. This is an engraver that I have. Okay, I have a spatula and an engraver. It's nothing special. I just use these two a lot. So, I'm going to take this. I'm going to drag it all the way through. You can either drag one way, or you can come here and you can drag out from each side. It's up to you. But I want to show you this. Look. Let me go ahead and clean this tool well before I start it. Okay. Ready? Look at that. Literally like icing, you guys. Look at that. I'll drag this through again. Now this side, if you want, you can drag it lightly. And this, you can go in. Maybe you can twirl a little bit right here. So that is how you do icing now. You can see here, this one have more definition because I drag it lightly. This one I press it more, so it's a little more cohesive. It should depend on you. And of course, you can always punch in to give back a little bit of its definition before you cure. So you don't scoop this. You just apply bead on and you just drag this like that. As I say, it's the fine line between painting and sculpting. It's what this gel provides you. And then I might put like a cherry or something right here. Let's go ahead and cure this. Take this out. Make 2 little cherry. Pop one on. Pop another one on. Just like that. And I know that you can take like a black Play-Doh and make a stem. I don't want to do that. I would like to take like a clear sheet like this with collect some texture gels and some liner brush. And I can scoop some black texture out like this. And draw some stem. You black texture because you can draw thicker. Okay, and then cure this. And then get this nail out. Remember Play-Doh, red Play-Doh is still wet. And then after it's dry, and take this out. And piece it together like this. Actually, I should use a tweezer. That is easier for me to use a tweezer. And you just jab right into the Play-Doh. That's why I didn't cure it first. Oh, isn't that cool? Who have time to sit there and like mold it a black stem out of clay? Just because you have Play-Doh, that doesn't mean that you have to use it for everything. Just because you have icing, that doesn't mean you have to use it for everything. be very flexible. That's why I have step for everything. And then we're gonna cure this. And then after it's come out, we're gonna use the clear texture gels and a coloring brush. Let me take this out. And we are going to put this on the stem. You gotta do that because this stem are skinny, you guys. You don't want it to break. So yes, apply clear texture gel on it. It's very strong. Clear texture gel will help maintain this. And of course, I have it all sticking out just because I'm really extra, but you can have it lay a little flatter. I just want to do that just as a presentation. As a cherry. Isn't that cute? Okay, cure this. Now I'm going to take our rainbow chrome and I am going to apply it right on top of my gel shadow, which is a chrome base. So I'm going to apply it on this. And then I'm going to apply some top coat. Take out Shine It and apply it on it. Just to completely secure it. I'm showing you another look just because I'm very excited about this design. Okay, cure this. So I'm going to take out the white icing again. And yes, I will have more color later. I just want to start out with these two because I know this is the most important color. Now, watch. Go on. Oh, I just love to drag this like this. If you work with clay-like material long enough, you know it's very difficult to drag it like this. It's so flexible. And then you can go over it just to completely cut it up. So smooth too. Now, take this, or actually a dotting tool, and watch the magic happen. See that? See what I'm doing? I'm digging a little hole on it. And then I use a smaller side to continue. And I have myself a crater-like pattern. Or like a lace pattern. Oh, you can make lace too. See all the possibility that you can have. You can dig out a little flower pattern and make like a 3D lace with this. But I don't know what this is, but it looks so cool. It's so flexible. It's not all about sculpting. This gel, you can literally play with it like you are painting it. See that? And then, of course, if you want, you can go ahead and go over the edge one more time. Okay. And if you don't want it to drag like this, see the little hole when it's dragged, then instead of dragging it this way, you can drag in a downward motion. Okay, downward. And then you can always go back to enhance it a little more before you cure. And then cure. Or actually, I need to go and smooth this out a little bit. I'm too excited. Okay, then you can cure it. And I know it's not necessarily a pretty design what I just did. The pattern kind of random, but it's not about the design. I just wanted to show you this. Yes, I know. I saved that one for last, didn't I? Yes, you can absolutely rub chrome on, which make it even more unique and special. Look at this. See that? That is a cherry on top, isn't it? Of course, you're gonna top coat these with shiny top coat, and I only glide over the surface. Cure this. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and of course, I will create more design and for this lesson, because it's a product, so it will be in the how to use your product playlist, okay, for this. But later on, when I do like different design using this or other product, then it will be in the free nail art class. Free nail art class is for design. How to use product is for product. And for 3D icing, you can either find it in the new and popular category, but in the new and popular, you most likely will find bundle more than individual item, or its home will be in the 3D art. Right here, 3D art, and it will be in clay, because clay and anything that mold are together in one spot, because the rest will be, this one will be silicone, and this one is gel, and this one is the mold, and this one is the jelly. So that is it, you guys, and don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube at Tino Vo, and everything that I use today is available at www.tinovo.shop. And until next time, bye bye.